Hi, my name is Elyse. Welcome to my channel. I make videos about art, design, and my post-grad life every single Tuesday. So yeah. In today's video, I will be talking about drawing outside, my experience with it, and what I pack when I draw outside, and some tips or kind of some activities to get you started. So I always liked drawing plants. It's actually one of the main things that I draw in my art today, but I haven't until this past semester really spent a lot of time drawing outside because I'm allergic to a lot of things and I have asthma, and so I guess for a while I was cautious about spending a ton of time outside, which sucks thinking back to it. But now I've been going on a lot of walks and spending more time outside, and because I took a class called Outdoor Studio this spring, I feel more comfortable drawing outside, and you should too if you're not already. So this class, Outdoor Studio, was every Friday, and it was a 5-hour long class, and what we would do is go to a different place around San Antonio and just learn about the environment, and also maybe talk about a certain environmental subject, well, whether that's, you know, littering or eco art or ephemeral art. We would just kind of talk about that, and we would make art about our surroundings. So first in this video, I'm going to show you what I typically would pack whenever I would go on those trips in class, but also what I still bring with me now whenever I decide to go draw outdoors. And then in the second part of the video, I'm going to give you some tips and some suggestions for things to work on when you're drawing outside. So here is the little tour of my backpack and supplies that I bring with me whenever I go to draw outdoors. So I have just this Kanken backpack, and first up we have some sunscreen because you gotta stay safe from the sun. You could be drawing outside for hours and really lose track of time and get sunburnt. I also have this hand sanitizer that's just from a spa in Austin. Good to have with us right now. And next up in the front pouch, I have my Daniel Smith watercolor palettes. I got these in December of 2019 and I love them so much. They are quite an investment, but definitely worth it. I've done a lot of great projects with them, and they're pretty portable too. And I didn't mention in there, but I would also suggest bringing a little pan or something. So next we have my inhaler because, as I mentioned, I'm allergic to the outdoors and everything. I've got this water brush that you hold water inside of it. It's great for watercoloring on the go. And I have these sunglasses that I've had for forever. So that is, oh, and there's a pen. Cool. And I think, yeah, there's some other just kind of random drawing utensils in here as well. So next, moving on to the larger pouch. Let's see. We have got my wallet that I gotta carry with me. And then next we have my mask, which I drew these cute little monsteras on them. And again, important right now during these times. Now this is my pencil case. It's really cute. It looks like a little tube of something, but it has a pencil sharpener on the top, which is great for traveling around. And when you unzip it, I have all of the pens that I like. I will make sure to leave on the screen what my favorite pens are, but I really love these Faber Castell ones, the brush tip and just the normal fine liners. They're my favorite thing to draw with, for sure. I haven't found anything else like them that I like to use, so really recommend those. Oh, and I'm also pointing out more of these pencils. And oh yes, these are the woodless pencils that I like to use and I've had for years, and my trusty eraser. Now these are Caran d'Ache water-soluble colors. They're like crayons, and these are so much fun to use. It's really good for just getting color onto the paper, and you can wet it and make it kind of look a little bit more like watercolor or gouache. Here's my sketchbook where I do my plant drawings. It's a moleskin. And this is my journal, which is just good to have on hand. This is a book, How to Think Like a Graphic Designer, that I've mentioned before, and I like to carry a few books with me actually whenever I go out to draw.
And this is just another pencil. And in the back, I have my Arches watercolor block. This is so great for watercoloring on the go. Basically, I didn't show it, but you can just tear off sheets of paper that you do in your drawings, and it's really nice and stable, and you don't have to stretch your paper at all. So this is what I have. I hope you enjoyed this little part of it, and oh, there's some AirPods. But let's get into the rest of the video.
Some other things that I didn't mention in that clip that you should also bring with you are Benadryl, something to sit on that could be a blanket or a trash bag if you just don't want your butt touching the ground. Some bug spray would also help, and obviously pack some water with you. So one great skill in drawing is the ability to render foliage. So it's really impractical to render every single leaf that you see on a tree and do it perfectly, and you're going to have to take some creative liberties with what you end up drawing. I had an art teacher in high school that said, draw what you see, not what you know, and that really impacted how I looked at doing art ever since. I recommend having fun with it, and after you block in like the general shape of the plant or tree, practice mark making to try and figure out what kind of texture or pattern works best for rendering this tree or plant or whatever you're doing. This kind of helps for things that are kind of further away from you, that, you know, you wouldn't draw every single leaf on the tree. You'd kind of, you know, shade it in a little bit or something and then add a little bit of texture. So that's how you do that. Another thing that helps is understanding how a plant grows. Now, I know I just said draw what you see and not what you know, but hear me out. Botanical drawings are really interesting in this way, maybe sort of like anatomical drawings, in that we have instructions of how to put them together. We've studied plants, we know how plants grow, and we can study them ourselves when we're drawing. So drawing foliage closer up can be tricky because we have more of this information from the plant, but also rendering it precisely is a very labor-intensive process. So I like to approach the plant by sketching little bits of it and noting just like where the leaves come out of the stems, how many petals are on the flowers, what the leaves just like look like in general, and things like that. And kind of once you have a grasp of these things and you've taken notes on them, then you can more confidently approach drawing these plants. By breaking this down, you can move forward and freestyle a little bit more because you have the information to make it work. Finally, I would recommend that you spend some time doing blind contour drawings. Now, this is a part of any basic art education. If you've ever taken any art class about like drawing still lifes, you've probably done this. And if you haven't, it's not that hard to do. It's actually pretty easy. And doing this helps build your confidence in drawing from life. It's also fun. So you want to grab a branch or some leaves or just some flowers, kind of like a bundle of them, and draw them without looking at your paper. Try and follow the outer edges of the object with your eyes as you move your pen or pencil across the page. And you can lift your pencil if you want, and it's not stressful at all. Just do it, have fun with it, do a few of them, and I guarantee that it will help you build more confidence in how you are able to understand the form of the objects and do a more accurate drawing of them. Kind of once you separate the drawing what you know from what you see. I'm a big advocate for drawing from life. It is just great for me, and I think more people should incorporate more drawing from life into their practice if they tend to draw from photos more often. So that's all I have for today. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments down below. And if this video helped you out, please give it a like and subscribe if you feel so inclined. Thank you, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.